Of the shit, fuck, Pompey!
This episode of Spartacus, House of Ashur, is where grief turns into fury, politics spiral into bloodshed, and one carefully crafted lie ends with a man dead on the floor. Episode 9, Those Who Remain, doesn't just move pieces on the board, it snaps them in half, pushing Dominus Ashur closer than ever to becoming the monster he swore he wouldn't be. Alliances crumble, champions are tested, and by the time the dust settles, no one walks away clean. Welcome back to Your Nerdy Show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and today we're breaking down everything that went down in Episode 9, from Celadus' tragic end to the shocking decision that changes Ashur's fate forever. Buckle up, because this one hurts. Celadus' return and the weight of regret. The episode opens on a somber note as Celadus' body is brought back to Dominus' villa. There is no triumph, no honor in the way he returns, only silence and grief. Tarchon is visibly shattered, haunted by the last words he spoke to his father, words now frozen in time with no chance for forgiveness or closure. Chorus attempts to steady him by explaining that Celadus will be honored properly, given the rituals due to a man of his standing. But ritual offers little comfort when guilt has already taken root. Tarchon's pain feels raw and unfiltered, and the show allows it to linger. This isn't grief that can be burned away with ceremony. It's the kind that festers, turning inward before inevitably exploding outward. Achilia's rage and transformation. Achilia's response to Celadus' death is entirely different, but no less intense. She's furious, not just at the mysterious female fighter, but at the entire system that allowed this loss to happen. Her first instinct is vengeance. She wants to hunt the killer herself, to reclaim control in a world that keeps ripping people away from her. When she's denied access to Celadus' body because Tarchon is preparing him for the funeral, her anger has nowhere to go but inward. That anger finds an outlet in the training yard. Achilia doesn't just train harder, she transforms. Every strike is sharper, every movement more precise, and every opponent falls faster than the last. There's something terrifying in how effortlessly she dismantles everyone put in front of her. She barely breaks a sweat, as if pain itself has stopped registering. This isn't just skill anymore, it's grief weaponized. Dominus and the looming marriage. While the fighters process loss in blood and sweat, Dominus Ashur is facing a crisis of a different kind. News arrives that Viridia is to be married off to Pompey, and worse still, Pompey himself is on his way to Capua to finalize the arrangement. For Dominus, this isn't merely a political inconvenience, it's a deeply personal betrayal wrapped in obligation. Pompey's arrival is exactly as unpleasant as expected. He's loud, arrogant, and utterly convinced of his own importance. Cassudia tries to prepare Viridia for what lies ahead, explaining that this marriage will be of power, not affection. Pompey is a man driven entirely by self-interest, and Viridia's happiness will always be secondary to his ambition. The tragedy is that Viridia understands this, but sees no escape. Her future is being negotiated in rooms she isn't allowed to enter. Caesar's ultimatum. As if Pompey weren't enough, Caesar arrives alongside him, carrying his own list of grievances. He confronts Dominus directly, accusing him of sabotaging Viridia's potential marriage to Quintus Thermus and deliberately steering Gabinius towards Pompey instead. Caesar doesn't bother hiding his anger. In his eyes, Dominus has played both sides and now must pay for it. Caesar demands loyalty, and not the symbolic kind. He wants Dominus to sever ties with Pompey and reclaim Caesar's favor by removing Gabinius from the board entirely. It's an unmistakable call for murder, framed as political necessity. Dominus hesitates, and that hesitation matters. In this timeline, he is not yet the man who kills without blinking. The thought of taking Gabinius's life weighs heavily on him, especially because of what it would mean for Viridia. Caesar sweetens the deal with a promise that's almost impossible to refuse. If Dominus complies, the arena Spartacus once destroyed will be rebuilt, and Dominus himself will rule over all games in Capua. It's the power he has always craved, offered at the cost of his remaining conscience. Grief turns to division. Back in the training yard, the emotional fallout continues to spread. Tarchon and Achilia are both drowning in grief, but they're moving in opposite directions. Achilia, surprisingly, wants reconciliation. She tries to mend the bond between them, to break bread and acknowledge their shared loss. Tarchon can't accept that. His grief has hardened into rage, and rage demands an enemy. He wants revenge, but the cruel irony is that Achilles' status as champion makes that nearly impossible. The arena, the one place where violence is sanctioned, is closed to him as a means of justice. This sense of helplessness only deepens his resentment. A fight that means more than victory. Achilles' confidence reaches its peak when Pompey visits the training yard. Unimpressed by his bluster, she openly challenges his authority by requesting to switch partners so she can face the Scythian in the arena. When given the choice, she selects Tarchon. The decision is deliberate, loaded with emotion, and impossible to ignore. Their fight is brutal and personal. They clash not just as warriors, but as two people carrying the same loss in different ways. Achilia ultimately emerges victorious, proving once again why she stands at the top. But when Pompey orders her to claim Tarchon's life, everything changes. She freezes. For all her fury, she cannot bring herself to kill him. Her refusal is an act of defiance, not just against Pompey, but against the cycle of meaningless death that has consumed them all. She argues openly, risking punishment, and somehow succeeds in sparing Tarchon's life. It's one of the episode's most powerful moments because it shows that even now, Achilia is choosing who she wants to be. Dominus's dangerous scheme. That night, as Dominus entertains Pompey in the villa, the gears of a far more dangerous plan begin to turn. Dominus decides that if he cannot openly break the alliance, he will destroy it through deception. His plan is intricate, reckless, and deeply immoral, but he convinces himself it's the lesser evil. Achilia is brought to Pompey as a so-called prize, meant to stroke his ego and lower his guard. Dominus secretly drugs Pompey, ensuring he will be barely conscious. The idea is simple and devastating. Make it appear as though Pompey has slept with Achilia on the eve of his marriage to Viridia, shattering the alliance through scandal rather than bloodshed. It's astonishing that Pompey doesn't notice the vial dropped into his drink, but arrogance has always been his greatest weakness. He drinks deeply, sealing his own fate.
The trap is sprung. The second phase of the plan is even riskier. A notice is sent to Gabinius, summoning him to the house of Ashur under Pompey's name. When Gabinius arrives, Dominus personally guides him to Pompey's chambers. What Gabinius finds there is exactly what Dominus intended: Pompey, naked and drugged, lying beside Achilia. The effect is immediate. Gabinius is furious, humiliated, and ready to tear the entire arrangement apart. The alliance is effectively dead in that moment. For a brief second, it seems like Dominus's plan has worked perfectly. Then, everything goes wrong. Blood on Dominus's hands. In his drugged confusion, Pompey suddenly draws his sword and attacks Gabinius, slashing him during their heated confrontation. Chaos erupts. Pompey and Caesar flee, leaving behind a wounded Gabinius and a horrified Dominus. This was never supposed to happen. Dominus wanted manipulation, not murder. As Gabinius lies injured, he regains enough clarity to understand what truly occurred. He vows that Viridia will learn of Dominus's role in this betrayal. That promise is the final push Dominus needs. In that moment, he realizes there is no path forward that doesn't involve blood. Dominus makes his choice. He kills Gabinius with his own hands, choking the life out of him. There is no ceremony, no justification left to cling to. This is murder, plain and simple, and Dominus knows it. Those who remain. The title of the episode reveals its true meaning in these final moments. Those who remain are not the righteous or the victorious, they are the compromised. Achilia remains, still powerful but increasingly isolated. Tarchon remains, alive but consumed by anger and grief. Viridia remains, unknowingly surrounded by lies that will eventually reach her. And Dominus remains, having crossed the line he can never uncross. Episode 9 marks the point of no return for Spartacus, House of Ashur. Power is within reach, but it is soaked in blood, and every step forward demands the sacrifice of something human. As the season barrels toward its finale, one truth is clear. Survival in Capua comes at a terrible cost, and those who remain will have to live with what they've done. Our nerdy thoughts. And that's where episode 9 leaves us, standing in the aftermath, surrounded by the bodies, the lies, and the choices that can't be undone. Those who remain isn't just about who survives, it's about who they become in order to do so. Dominus Ashur has finally crossed the line. Achilles' strength now comes with isolation, and the road to the finale is paved with consequences that are gonna hit hard. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want a deep dive into how this season wraps up, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments, was Ashur's final choice inevitable, or did he still have another way out? Until next time, keep it nerdy, keep it ruthless, and I'll see you in the next one.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.